Are you looking to dominate both the short-term rental and the mid-term rental space? If so, here is the buying, management, co-hosting, or arbitrage criteria that you will need for this to work effectively in your marketplace. The first thing that I want you to do, the number one thing that I say, if I want to play in both the short-term and the mid-term rental insurance niche, that is, I want to make sure that the location that I'm trying to select for, again, management, buying, co-hosting, arbitraging, is that it is short-term rental friendly. What does that mean? Short-term rental friendly actually starts at your county level or city, town, or whatever. You want to make sure you type that into Google to understand short-term rental regulations in blank city, town, wherever you are, so that you understand the lay of the land and you get to confirm to see if this is even doable. Why am I starting with short-term rentals? Because that is part of our strategy, and there are regulations around short-term rentals. Mid-term rentals are typically 30 days or more, which means that if I am good for the short-term rental strategy, I have the green light, or if I understand what the procedure is on how to get in or how to be eligible, how to be compliant, which is important. You're running a business here. You want to make sure it's set on a steady, sound foundation. Then that is where I start before anything. Once I have that, then I can start thinking about, okay, what is the type of asset that I want to, again, take control of, buy, co-host, manage, or arbitrage, right? Because once and if your business is set on a strong foundation, that will determine the success, and that will then prevent you from someone reaching out to you, whether it's an HOA or whatever, which again, I run in the other direction with HOAs for those reasons, where they can change their regulation. They can change their short-term regulations. They could be okay with it on one day and not okay with it the next day. And that is why I stay away from anyone that can change my business overnight. Now, all things, right, warranted, right? Like you'll say, well, Ruben, does that mean you don't use Airbnb? Absolutely use Airbnb. Could Airbnb shut my operation overnight? It's happened multiple times, but that is why the reason I don't depend on Airbnb, I leverage Airbnb. Shout out to Airbnb, by the way, right? So let's talk about the buy box. Let's talk about the buying criteria. And when I say buy, let's just say that whether you're, again, looking at manage, co-host, arbitrage, or manage, I said it twice, if you're trying to do one of those things, the same criteria applies to get the same kind of result. So let's talk about your criteria and why we pick it. Number one, the single family asset type is one that I like, not because I like, it's because it's what the data likes. And now I'll be even more specific. Not all single family homes are created equal. Now, why am I going single family homes and not condos or, etc.? Well, I'll tell you. Number one is I don't want to compete with hotels. And again, if you're not familiar with the mid-term rental insurance niche that I specialize in, it is when there is an unforeseen event that happens to a family or someone, family and their pets perhaps, which then when they need to relocate, especially larger homes, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, it will be a larger problem to solve, and it will have a higher price point and cost to relocate that family because they're a larger group. And by the way, the hotel may be a very temporary solution when they're coming from a larger home, or from 4-bedroom plus. If I'm competing, or if I'm dealing with condos, right, like a condo, a 2-bedroom or a 1-bedroom, etc., then what happens is when they relocate that family due to an unforeseen event, they'll relocate them in a hotel. And you know what? Some people don't mind the hotel because it's a very similar equivalent to where they came from, except even nicer. And they have amenities, they have housekeeping, etc., that really, it starts to look a little sweeter. And because the hotel is typically the first phase of line of defense, or a place that they would go if something were to happen to their home, I don't want their phase one alternative to be better than what I have to offer them. I am now officially competing with the hotels, which I have no intention in competing with. I want to have a product, right? A type of property, aka single family home, that does not compete with a hotel, and that's why I go for larger, right? It's solely for that reason, right? It's not that it doesn't work. It's not that claims don't happen in those condo owned, etc. but it means that they're coming from a light kind of property. If you're currently getting value from watching this video, you'll want to make sure you take a second and click below to grab the midterm rental insurance blueprint to help accelerate your process in being able to land these midterm rental insurance contracts with respect to your marketplace. Make sure you click the button below and grab it and continue on with the gems in this video. And it means because there's not as many assets. As a matter of fact, Furnish Finder had published this a couple years back that they didn't have enough 4 bedrooms, and lo and behold, if you look and you try to filter for 4-bedroom plus, that inventory goes down, right? So therefore I want to be at that sweet spot. As a matter of fact, I even want to be in that 6-bedroom range, because I was the other day trying to look to help one of my relocation specialist buddies find a home for their client, because that's what we do. We try to serve even if it doesn't mean we can help, and I couldn't find anything for 6 bedrooms, which tells me that there is a lack of supply of larger homes, and that is where I go. Where everybody's going left, you should go right. Okay, so you really want to position yourself to solve a larger problem, not even one that is being solved at the primary level, right? Where originally I'll get them in the hotel. I want a solution where I'm the primary solution. Like, hey, listen, home might even work for this family because of all the pets and the size that they have. Is your property available now? And therefore it will be, because it will be larger. Bungalows, I always want to keep in mind, you know, this is ranch style homes, bungalows. Always keep in mind, can somebody access the home without having to go upstairs or downstairs? That's helpful because it allows to be able to cater to those who have some physical limitations, right? And I want to really think about that. You really want to think about that as you think about the, you know, tsunami wave, which is coming around the corner, which is essentially having more old folks that are going to be around that need habitable, functional homes, and that's what I'm looking for. You also want to walk-in shower. It helps for those who don't have the ability to get the foot above the height. You want a fenced-in backyard for the pets. Can I say that one more time for the people in the back? The pets. If you're watching this, if you're not pet friendly, quit petting yourself. Quit petting games. I'm using the word pet. Quit playing games and get pets. I'm not telling you to get pets because I don't do pets, but I host pets. And it's because most people in the marketplace are not pet friendly. So we'll see a drastic increase in your inquiries and in your interest because there's not enough supply of pets. Okay, so you want to make sure you have fenced in backyards for the pets. You want to make sure your home is pet friendly. You want to make sure you have a garage, because people and their families and their belongings are coming with their cars, their garage, so you'll want to make that accessible to them. You want to have the master on main if you can for the physical limitations that I discussed earlier. You want to have the washer and dryer on main for the exact same reason. Could I live on one floor and not having to access the basement or the upstairs? Make it work, make it possible. Back deck is fantastic for the hybrid strategy because it allows you to host and really cater to an experience that will then be able to be marketed, and with nice pictures and a nice back deck and a nice, you know, even a fire pit, anything of that nature, where you're really going to showcase the amenities that are available on that property. So keep in mind, anytime you're serving a hybrid approach, the STR are where wants are and the MTR are where needs are found, right? You need a place to stay different than I want to stay there. So if you can have the best of both worlds in your listing, that is how you're going to win them over. That's why I like to have basement walkout, because I can have ground level access basement, which then adds to the amount of square footage, which then is a need because people need space, especially larger homes. You're solving a larger problem. You can sleep more people. That's a need. The back deck is more of a want. The washer and dryer is a need. The master on main is a need. The garage is a need. Fenced in backyard is certainly a need. Walk-in shower is definitely a need. 4 to 5 bedroom is a need. But the wants, you can sprinkle in those around the property, like having a nice egg chair where you can read, having a nice fire pit, having a nice grill. Those are all great nice to haves that add to the amenity and add to the experience of the customer. So if you can have that and have the right asset type that offers all the needs, then you can also sprinkle some wants on there and have the perfect buy box to be able to offer your home for an STR and MTR success strategy that allows you to essentially dominate the both spaces. Now, when you think of spaces to dominate, once you have the right asset type, the very simple things, right, that give, again, functionality in both a a amenities, right? You can have things like functionality is a desk with a second monitor and its HDMI cord. And you can also have for the wants, remember, you really want these to convert wallpaper, accent walls. It goes a long way, right? These are the kind of things that pop out still within the short-term rental space that you can also pull out to go into your STR and MTR hybrid strategy. It's about getting the best of both worlds, because the MTR guests are typically seeing homes that are boring, right? Which means that when they come across yours, you're gonna be like, I want to stay here for the next 6 months, and they're paying a premium. Their insurance company is paying a premium, so you will win those proposals. But additionally to that, if you're doing a hybrid model, which means that in between MTR stays, 30-day stays or more, you're doing short-term rentals to capitalize on no days being lost and not being booked, then what ends up happening is you also need to provide a product that is competent enough in this era to cater and get the attention of the short-term rental market, which means that you need to stand out, you need to give experiences, you need to, have us be aesthetically pleasing, and so that you can continue to get booked while and if there is no midterm rental booking. So it's really important that you first understand the regulations, then focus on the buy box, the asset type, single family, 45 bedrooms, 46 bedrooms, bungalow, walk-in shower, fenced in backyard, garage, master on main, washer dryer, back deck, basement, walkout, any of those things. And then you can also sprinkle in some short-term rental wants, like if you have a game room, those are good ones. Big screens, those are big ones. Putt, or a mini putt in the backyard, like pickleball court. Those are all things that could be extras that do very well in the marketplace that you're going to want to have, and it needs to marry with the functionality that the property needs to be successful in this marketplace, where they're going to need to be pet friendly. There's no doubt about it. They're going to need fast Wi-Fi. They're going to need dedicated workspaces. These are all the things that you really need to think about, needs and versus wants, and how you can combine both under one roof so that you can maximize and get the best of both worlds, right? So if you got value from this video, make sure you check out the video called Optimizing Your Rental for both STR and MTR markets.